All right, now I am alive. Let's see, this should hopefully work. Um, live. See, this should hopefully work. All right, we've got one viewer. The sound is working now. All right, now I have posted this into our groups. All right, hopefully we are well. This is our last final round of the home and away season, and then we've got our good day guys. Then we have got our um what do we have after this? Yes, we have our finals match day as well too. So if you're interested in that, make sure you jump on the BBL Supercoach Facebook page, BBL Supercoach Legends, I should say. And then I'll be running a finals match day as well on there, so that'll be quite fun as well to do. Looking forward to that as well, where you pick one batter, one bowler, one fielder, or one wicketkeeper, I should say, one all rounder, one vice captain, and one captain. The vice captain is double, and captain is triple. So a bit of fun over the finals games as well too, because Supercoach doesn't do any finals stuff. So at least it's a bit of a little small fun competition as well too. Also, we got our top three in our Dream Team Asylum as well too. 12 people in the league, and our top person is seventh at the moment. So we come down to the top three, who are both three in the top 50 as well too. Um, for my team, I stuffed up. You would see McDermott was on my bench for 104, and I couldn't get his score as well too. And then also one of my trades stuffed up as well too, because I found that Overton after lockout is not here. Apparently, he's not playing this game. I don't think that's what I got told anyway. So very confusion of what's happening with Overton as well too. So I got to figure out what's happening with him. Otherwise, he would have turned into Sandu as well too, and we've got another 50 points as well too, and I would have ended up over 1,000. But anyway, 901. It still was pretty not bad. A lot of people seem to be getting about six 6 to 700, I should say, 6 7. Oh, and by the way, you can still see a bit of bruising as well too from the e-scooter. So I'm still a bit sore here and there, but it's getting better. Oh, it wasn't, as I say, tip for this year: do not go into hospital while you're doing your Supercoach rounds, because it makes it very hard to trade. And the app needs to get fixed up as well too on the phone. However, if you're using your computer, it makes it a lot more easier. All right. We have got our final round. We have got our Scorchers as well too. They're playing Stars. There's going to be a huge final round as well too, because Sixers games look pretty wet. They're playing Thunder this week, and then they're also playing the Heat. But the Sunday game looks pretty stormy as well too. So it's going to be quite tricky on how we're going to navigate our doubles, because the team on the double is of course the Sixers. And it's funny, I haven't owned Sixers up until the last round when they did have a double, and that was also rain affected as well too. So it goes to show that the Sixers always raining around this time in Sydney. And then obviously you got the other two games, which is the Adelaide Strikers and Renegades at the Adelaide Oval, and then over here at Perth Stadium is the Stars and the Scorchers. Now it's going to be interesting, because if Sixers win two games and don't get washed out, then they can have a chance to jump up to second, if or up to third. If Scorchers and Stars, whoever wins that, will finish on top of the ladder. And then also Heat and Sixers will probably come down to a final knockout game as well too. So looks like they set up quite well for the finals. Definitely still don't know who's going to finish on top, or fourth or second or third. So makes it a very interesting round, that's for sure. All right, so now let's get to our team. So this is so be nice to get into that top 1,000. I'm about 20 points run short, so I would have got there if I did the right thing. So I run out of 10 out of 10 matchup, so I was pretty happy with that. So well done to myself there. That was good. So 10 out of 10 actually. I just need to take a photo of that one, because that's actually pretty decent to get that actually. So I'm going to take a little photo of that. Well done. 10 out of 10. Don't often get 10 out of 10. But anyway, that was good. Now let's have a look. As you can see, see what I mean? McDermott on the bench, 104. And then I had Harper on the field for 44. It's always the way. McDermott always scores well when I don't can't get his score. But then when I do have his score, he doesn't score so well. That was the first year I've owned him as well this year, so I missed out on his centuries in the past. He was really good before in the past. However, Seafoot came up strong for me. I ended up trading Sanger to Seafoot. I thought Seafoot would do well, especially like a lot of people got him because he was cheap. Some people didn't get him, but I got him. I looped him. Had 29 on the first game, but then ended up with 104 points in the second game, which is quite good, which was smashed it. And as well, I ended up managed to use his points. Obviously, 135 he got, so it wasn't too bad. It was probably one of the top scorers actually out of the Renegades, and he was only $78,000, so it was pretty cheap. And the reason why I needed him is because I needed him for my wicketkeeper position, because that way I can play around now. My first time for the year, I've got a keeper in my batters. In the past, I used to have so many keepers, but now I was only going back and forward between Harper and McDermott all the time. So at least now I'll be able to get a keeper spot. Now Azam's not going to be my captain. I used him as a captain to keep Khan 61, which turned out to be an 81. So he only got 20 points in the last game, but he still got 61s before. So happy enough to keep a 61. Then he got 81. Stoiner's 117. Meredith was pretty good. He was expensive, but he got 3 wickets and 2 wickets in the final over, so that was actually pretty good. Stoiner's had the maiden over as well too, so that was actually pretty good by him. That was the game against the Strikers, where Strikers were absolutely rubbish. Short, I've only owned him for 2 weeks, and look at that, putrid 8 points. So, actually, out of all the scores, Short was the one that actually dropped out from my score. So, because I had Clip Conley as flex, he got 94, so it wasn't too bad. Once again, he got 18 off 12, so missed out on the strike rate. He still can't get past 20 runs lately, but he's been making up for it in the wickets. Zampa, I got Zampa because I know that Scorcher's not a big fan of spin. Zampa ended up with 98, so that was still not too bad. For his price range, 111, he's gone up to 126,000. Now, it's going to be interesting to figure out who you're going to keep, who's going to trade. I'm thinking of maybe trading a Hurricane. That way, I'll be able to put them back in my team if I need a loop thing. I think Childish is probably my best option for looping because he's a batter and bowler. And depending on, I'm going to most likely put Azam on the bench and also going to put Henriquez on the bench. I'm going to most likely play Abbott and Dorcius, and I might get in Philippi. I'm thinking of Philippi only because he's so cheap and I could probably get away with it. And I'll probably get in maybe another pod. Maybe like a Luke Holt or someone that's nice and cheap. That way I can maybe downgrade one of the players and then upgrade to a Philippi. Because I'm tempted to, yeah, it's interesting. Harper is in a good form. So if I do that, maybe I could put the Philippi here and then I will loop him here, put McDermott there. If Philippi scores bad, then I can do that. Then I can swap him around. However, I'm thinking also the other option. I think Philippi is probably going to be the most safest as well too. The only reason why is because he's going to be keeping. So when sixes do bowl, he can get a chance to catch. And if he's batting, he'll bat like 3. So at least depending on the weather, out of everyone, I think he's probably the most safest. Just because, for example, Steve Smith, he just bats, he doesn't keep. And then you look at Stark, he bowls, but he doesn't bat. So it's just you got to keep an eye on the weather because obviously the forecast is rain for both days, but also you just got to factor in if six is going to bat first or bowl first. If they win the toss, usually the team that wins the toss always bowls. So you would have to, if you want sixes to bowl, you want them to win the toss, and if you want them to bat, you probably don't want them to win the toss. So it's up to you and how you set your team up. But I've already got 2 sixes bowlers, so I'm not going to get any more. And I've already got a couple of batters anyway, so I've got 3 trades because I used my boost last week. The reason why I used my boost last week is because Renegades were playing under the roof. So that way they at least had 1.5 games because the Renegades Thunder game also had a bit of a wash out, but it was only 4 overs less. So they still managed to have one and probably like about 3/4 of a game, if that makes sense. So they missed out 4 overs. So still pretty all right. And I also had Doggett, but I traded Doggett out. I could have really actually kept Doggett, and he ended up outscoring Berndorf anyway. So, yeah, I could have kept Doggett in the first place, but who's to know? I was supposed to be injured, but maybe he just got dropped because he was a bit rubbish the game before. All right, now let's have a look at so that's my team there. I'm in a lot of grand finals here, about 10 grand finals. Now let's have a look at our ownership. So I always look at, when it comes to the final round, always good to have like a unique as well, to look at your matchup as well between the game day as well too. So look at your finals, who you're playing and what matchups are what. A lot of the teams that I'm playing seem to be quite similar as well too. So if you're going for overall rank, like if you're on top 1,000 and you want to stay in the top 1,000 or top 500 or top 100, then you could either pick pick common, or you can go unique. Now, the other year, I ended up finishing 69th. I was actually at 152nd, and then I finished 69th in that round. The reason I did that is because I had a pod who got like 7 wickets. No one else had him, and that was really good by me. So um, have a look at the ownership, have a look at the players traded in, and have a look at maybe like an odd one out. So maybe, for example, if you're banking on an odd one single game, like say like a Renegade Strikers or the Heat or Stars or the Scorchers, one of those players, you can have a look at what's maybe like a unique player from them, and what player do you think may do well. Could be like a Lin that does rubbish all year and then maybe brings out a good one. Could be like maybe like a cheap one like a Holt, because Scorchers seem to be spinning quite a bit and Holt's looked nervous, but he's still been taking wickets and he's really cheap. So just have a look at some odd ones out that maybe like aren't majorly owned. Also, English will be back this week as well, so that will be quite handy. So if you need a keeper as well too, um, if I'm thinking of maybe like, because Harper, to be honest, like have a look, he doesn't score well against Scorchers, and he's already $167,000 anyway. So it doesn't matter about break even. Break even's 8 actually. Oh wow, so you still go up money, but doesn't really matter about money in the last round. But if you need to make money or trade someone, you could also trade Harper at, because he's owned by 41% teams. So have a look at the ownership. And for example, on the other side of things, I might need to get Philippi, because look at his ownership, 45%. So you may want to play around with your trades, maybe get like one common and like two unique or whatever. Yeah, and look how cheap Philippi is, $124,000 now. That's real cheap. I've not owned Edwards or Philippi all year though. I've had Philippi in the past because I'm a WA man, but I haven't had Edwards yet. So probably not going to get Edwards anyway, because if I've missed him all year, and I've still been hovering between, I've been between 800 and 1,000 all year long. So it's been a very long process, in out of the top 1,000. So it's quite crazy. But if you can finish in the top 1,000, top 2,000, if you're, say for example, if it's your first year, if you finish top 10,000, that's a good goal. Finish top 5,000, even better, and top 1,000, so forth. So depends how long you've been playing as well too. All right. So for example, the last few weeks, obviously in Adelaide, it's been a lot more high scoring compared to the Scorchers games in Perth. So it'll be interesting to see which way you go. Hardy, pretty bold, pretty rubbish the other day. I traded him out. I wish I didn't, because another silly move. I kept Maxwell over Marsh, and look at this, 153,000, and Maxwell was 66,000. So literally, I've lost $100,000 out of that, but I still managed to make about $150,000 in cash in the total team value. So even with the Sixers losing their money as well the other week with a rush out. So if you can keep money, that's the main thing that will help you with doing a lot of things. See, look at this. I traded out Owen in the first round. This is probably my trade of the year, I'd say. A lot of people kept him, but look at that. He lost $85,000, and he had a break even this week of 66. So even if he played this week, he probably would have gone under $100,000 almost. So goes to show, that yeah, sometimes it's better to jump off players And with BBL compared to AFL, for example, you get more attached to your AFL team because you only get 2 trades and you don't really muck around with your team. Whereas BBL Supercoach, you're sort of like swap and changing each round. So, and with the quick turnovers, if you have a bad week, you kind of forget about it from a few rounds later on. So, in a way, whereas AFL, you kind of stuck the whole week thinking about, oh, I got this score. At least in a way, BBL, you're doing 10 rounds all in pretty much like 5 or 6 weeks. So, is really good. That helps too. So, have a look at the ownership. Actually, maybe I'll do the other way around. Let's have a look at the if I can move that around. Let's have a look here. Let's make it the other way around. All right, this is the pods. All right, so let's have a look that will play. So really, he's playing tonight, but he's playing in that weather game. So pretty much we're looking for like strikers, renegades, scorchers. Irvin David Payne, 130,000. He's been bowling at the death a few times as well too. $130,000. Hasn't played stars yet. Now, well, I'm pretty sure he has, but not this year. Now, depending on what international they use for the strikers, because they've always been shopping around each one of them. You've got let's see, Luke Holt. He's only $48,000. He's got break-even -14. Doesn't matter about break-evens now these days. Upcoming opponent, he's got stars. He's scored a 53 and a 13. Hasn't played the stars yet, obviously, because he's new. Then you've got Doggett. He's 98, but obviously he's more of a batter's place there. Rogers, I wonder if he's back. If he's back, he could be a pod. Let's see. I'm trying to move over the Heat players here. Power's still injured, so he probably won't play. Then Sketogiti's not in the squad. Nate McDonald. Cameron Boyce, I like him as well. He's been a few of my pods over the years as well too. Obviously playing at Adelaide though, so Sam Elliott as well. He did really well for 66,000. I almost jumped on him last week anyway. I like jumping on cheap players, so that's why I got on Seaford the other week. So this week he got 135. So speaking about cheap players, I had Stan Lake in round 1. He got 93. It was $80,000. Then round 2 I had McAndrew for 80 points. He was $80,000. Then in around $60,000, I should say. Then in round 3, I ended up going for who did I go for? Oh, round 4, 5, I think it was Turner, 145, and he was only like $78,000. Then I went for Swepson as well for the stars. He was really cheap, 80k, and he got 100 points. And then I also went for Henriques, who was only like 50,000, and he got like about 42. So I find if you can keep your expensive players, like your all-rounders, that will also help you. If you keep getting the cheap double players, that will also help. So that was my little switch up this season compared to other seasons. Normally I didn't do that, and I think I'll do that in the future because that worked well this year. Even though I didn't get my results I wanted, even though I would have been probably top 500 if I didn't go to the hospital and a few other things that went the wrong way. Plus the weather as well doesn't really help. So even with some you lose some, that's Supercoach. It's a lot of luck compared to AFL, because AFL your consistent players get 80 to 120 points, whereas in the Supercoach it's 0 points or 100 points. You can see they jump from, and then also the form jumps out of nowhere as well. Like for example, I didn't get Brown this week because he's been in 4 weeks of good form, and I thought, well, he's due for a bad game, then he got a duck the other game. Whereas, for example, Seifert, he started well, then he had a few weeks off. So I was like, oh, he's going to turn it around eventually, and he did this week. So goes to show, like, if you have 3 or 4 weeks in a row, you may have a bad game after that, if that makes sense. Let's see. Elrie Evans is only $58,000, but yeah, batter's a bit hard over there. Tom Rogers, yeah, he's gone up a bit. Jeepers. Turner, he's been another pot of mine throughout the season as well too. He's been bowling, he's been batting as well too. So let's see, how does he go against stars? 47 doesn't really do much against stars. The one guy I was looking at it was actually pretty unique. Oh no, not him. Maybe let's see what English scored against stars. 47, 74, 119. So it doesn't do too bad against the stars. And the other one I was looking at was, I know he's been out of form a bit, but I don't know how many. Let me see how many people own this guy. Let me see. He's a Perth scorcher. Here we go. Jai Richardson, 3.4%. So he's been really out of form at the moment, but he scored 103, 74, and 37. And he plays in the last game, in the third game, I should say. See, scores this year aren't that good, but yeah. So it could be a pod shout, but yeah, you might want to do like some odd one out that maybe not many people have, or people jumping off with as well too. And plus it will also make your grand final a little bit more interesting as well too, having someone different. Even Amali Beardman, he's 7,000% owned. He's been doing all right. He's been getting the few good overs as well to bowl as well too, and he's coming off a 57 as well too. 46 and 57 the last 2 weeks. So he's had a few up and down ones, but if you're struggling for cash, you can also try him as well too. As I say, it's probably more of a bowler's wicket at the Scorchers in the Perth, and then probably more of a batter's wicket with the Strikers. So depending if you want a batter, maybe look at the Renegades and Strikers. If you want a bowler, have a look at the Scorchers and Stars. Knowing that both of those games, the weather should be fine as well too. So just keep an eye on the weather. Keep an eye on the fixture, or you probably don't need a fixture in early, really, but keep an eye on the weather, I should say, making sure that you keep an eye if it's going to be wet, if it's going to be partly cloudy, it's going to be raining, stormy. The two games that are concerned of the weather, obviously, is the Thunder and the Sixers, and the Heat and the Sixers. It's annoying because Heat have got a few good pods up their sleeve, but yeah, because of the weather, I'm just sticking clear of that. And plus, with the Sixers, if they're going to have like 1.5 games, or if it's like a washout, or if they're going to half a game, really, then technically they may only be playing like, instead of like a 2020, they might be only playing 30 overs out of the 2020 overs. So they may miss like 5 to 10 overs. So, and when you think about it, then they may not have they may not have like a full game, a full 2 games, I should say. Maybe it might be 1.5 games, or it might be just one game. You never know. So it's that's why I pivoted last week. I had a boost up my sleeve, and I was thinking, oh, maybe I'll just boost for the Renegades, and I did. So luckily, I ended up getting over 900 points, even with the stuff ups. And a lot of people seem to only get like $600 to $700, $600 to $700 points. So that helped me jump a bit, and helped me jump the finals as well too. So now obviously the test will come with the rain. A lot of people I know over the years, the rain always somehow comes to affect us in the last round. It does always, but hopefully it's not too bad this time. Also, if you're on the BBL Supercoach Legends page on the Facebook, make sure you join that as well too. We'll do our finals match day as well there, which will be pretty good, where you get to pick one batter, one bowler, one fielder, one all-rounder, one vice captain, one captain. The vice captain worth double, captain worth triple as well too. So it gives you something to do over the season, over the finals as well too, which would be pretty good. As for the Sixers, by the way, let's have a look at the Sixers. Let's see the ownership. If there's any pods from the Sixers that people may want to get, a lot of people. Let me have a look. Team A to Z, or Z to A, I should say. Let's have a look at the Sixers. So this is the ownership. Don't need to worry about the Thunder. So Steve Smith, Stark. As I say, they only got one role. So if the Sixers bat first, then you probably don't want Stark. If Sixers bowl first, then you probably might want Stark. But Edwards, obviously, Curran's back. You got Stark back, so he might not bowl his 4, obviously. So keep an eye on him. Dorshus and Abbott should still bowl their 4. But I'm just hoping that Sixers, the player they do bowl first. Philippe's probably the only one I want to get out of the lot. I've already got a few uniques as well. Well, Henriques is probably the most unique. Oh, no, they're not really unique, actually. Yeah. A lot of Sixers aren't really unique. Wow, there's not really many unique ones to get, to be honest. And plus, you don't really want to be buying in too many Sixers this week anyway. So if that makes sense. But should be a good game. Should be a good last round. I'm going to be at the game on Saturday. It's going to be a sellout tomorrow for the Scorchers and the Stars. So it's going to be quite a big game. If Scorchers win, then they finish on top of the ladder and they host the first final. So it's been a crazy season. Renegades beat Scorchers last game by Turner getting a catch. And yeah, there was a bit of a controversial finish. So hopefully Scorchers can have a better game this week. And hopefully that your real life team also does well too. And if they're still in the top 5, if your team's one of the Heat, Sixers, Stars, Scorchers, or the Hurricanes, it's going to be an interesting last round for you guys because it's going to be working out like who's going to finish first, who's going to finish second, third, fourth, and fifth. So good luck with your teams as well there. Good luck with your Supercoach teams as well too. Hopefully we'll be able to get another podcast next week as well too, just to recap a few things. And then obviously in February, the WA State of Origin will be on. I'll be down there. And then, of course, we got the AFL season back up and running. I'll be doing the Brisbane Lions podcast with our players, our fans, our interviews as well too. So that'll be quite good each week as well. So that'll be good fun. Plenty to look forward to. Also, let me just recap our league as well too while I'm here. So this is our Dream Team Asylum League. Shout out to Finn, Rodney, and Matt. They're 7th, 43rd, and 53rd. So the top 3 at the moment, it's going to be down to the run-ins between the 3 of them. Hopefully we'll be able to, whoever wins that, maybe Finn, we can hopefully get him on next week as well too, and be able to try and get him some Krispy Kremes, because the winner will get Krispy Kremes. There's 12 teams in there this year, so that was good to see. Thank you for all joining. Looking forward to another good season next year as well, but we'll wrap up everything next week anyway. So yeah, that was pretty much done for me. That's my team as well too. It's it's up and down, that's for sure. Things that be good and bad. I've still got to keep an eye on Overton if he's going to be playing or not, so I might have to trade him out. Maybe I could trade him. Maybe I might be able to trade him to Philippine. Maybe that will work as well too. Well, it depends if he's playing or not. Yeah, otherwise I could just trade Chowdhury, whatever. All right, no worries. Keep up the good work, guys. Good luck with us. Good luck with your teams. Good luck with the Scorchers. Go to Scorchers. Go to Brisbane Lions as well. Good luck to your real life teams as well. Thank you for tuning in throughout the season or the last few weeks as well. Thank you for the comments as well too. The questions as well too. We've had quite a few questions throughout the season as well, each week as well too. So, yeah, we'll do our wrap up next week. Keep up the good work, guys. Go Scorchers. Good luck with your teams for round 9, and well done on round 8. One more round left, not long to go, and then the finals match day, and then the finals games, well, the 25th of Jan, everything will be all over. So literally, yeah, less than 10 days to go. It's gone a fast pace, that's for sure. The season's always quick, always so many changes and swaps with your teams, and I suppose it's something good. I haven't really been able to do much over the holidays anyway. I crashed a car, injured myself, so in a way, cricket's sort of been trying to get me through my recovery. So that's good. No worries. Keep up the good work, guys. Thanks again for tuning in, and go Scorchers, go Lions. Yeah. Ooh.